But the part that chilled the team the most was the presence of tall, elongated beings carved repeatedly into the scenes. They weren't gods, they weren't myths. They were teachers, guiding early humans, instructing them, standing beside them like architects overseeing apprentices. Their hands always rested on that same oval device, something that resembled a smooth metallic seed. The AI cross-referenced the imagery with mythologies across Earth: Atlantis, the Anunnaki, the Apkallu, Viracocha, the Shining Ones. Different cultures, different continents, but the same figures, the same proportions, the same strange device. As the team ventured deeper, the carvings grew darker. They depicted a celestial body approaching Earth, triggering chaos, firestorms, earthquakes, tsunamis, civilization collapsing, people fleeing underground, others boarding a vessel shaped like the device itself. And then, the final scene, a sky map pointing to a distant star system, marked, highlighted, deliberate. Lucera processed it and returned its conclusion. Coordinates correspond to a real exoplanet candidate. This wasn't mythology. It was a message, a direction, a destination. But the greatest discovery was still ahead. Beneath the main chamber, the AI detected a rhythmic pulse, subtle, buried, almost alive. A hidden room was located behind a seamless wall. When the team finally breached it, they found a chamber untouched by time. In the center stood the object from the carvings. Smooth, metallic, beautiful in a strange alien way, humming with a faint vibration that grew stronger when approached. The AI linked to the scanners and began translating the pulse pattern. The room fell silent as the message appeared on screen. Activation sequence 19%. The object wasn't dead. It wasn't ceremonial. It wasn't symbolic. It was operational. It had been waiting. And whatever it was waiting for, humanity had just triggered. That night, military convoys removed the device. Researchers were separated, silenced, reassigned. The official report? Nothing found, nothing significant. Excavation abandoned. But one archaeologist managed to leak a final image, an enhanced model of the pulse frequency. When analyzed by independent scientists, it revealed something terrifying. The pulse wasn't a countdown. It was a signal, a beacon, a call, something reaching outward into the dark, not awakening something here, but awakening something out there. And if the signal has already been received, then whatever vanished from Earth 20,000 years ago may be on its way back. And the real question now is, are we the discoverers of this civilization, or the next stage of its plan? Because this was just one structure, one signal, one forgotten story rising from the sand. Imagine how many are still buried. Imagine what humanity will uncover next, if we dare keep looking. And if you're ready to follow this trail, even when others want it hidden, then stay close. There are revelations coming that the world is not prepared for, but you will be.
When the final batch of satellite scans from the Kalahari Deep Survey flowed into Horizon Labs servers, the night shift team expected nothing more than static and sand. For decades, archaeologists had combed the region, dismissing it as an empty cradle of dunes. But that night, the AI model known as Lucera, an experimental system designed not just to analyze images, but to understand them, froze mid-scan. Every monitor in the room dimmed for a moment, then illuminated with a single line of text. Non-natural subsurface signature detected. Priority critical. A 3D rendering slowly emerged. At first, researchers thought they were seeing glitch artifacts until the structure sharpened into perfect clarity. Concentric rings, radial corridors, symmetry so precise it bordered on mathematical perfection, and buried nearly 60 meters below the shifting sands. Lucera ran the age determination model 3 times before the team realized it wasn't malfunctioning. Estimated age 18,000 to 22,000 years old. A human civilization advanced enough to construct this at a time when humanity was supposedly nomadic, primitive, and scattered across the globe? By morning, the site had been quietly taken over by an international coalition, though no one ever confirmed who was really in charge. The researchers were flown to the desert under confidentiality orders stricter than anything they'd ever seen. What they found there didn't belong to any chapter of our known history. The sands were unusually dense, held together by a faint electromagnetic field that interfered with equipment. Archaeologists had to dig manually at times, using tools that trembled whenever they got too close to the anomaly. But when the entrance was uncovered, a descending ramp carved with impossible precision, the team fell into silence. The material wasn't stone. It felt like stone, but sounded like metal when tapped. And whatever it was, it had resisted erosion for more than 20 millennia. Inside, the temperature dropped sharply, as though the walls were absorbing heat. The air was unnaturally still. Deeper in, the first chamber stretched open, vast, echoing, almost cathedral-like. The carvings along the walls weren't crude drawings. They were sophisticated, deliberate, mapped with an understanding of astronomy no ancient culture should have had. Star clusters, with positions matching the sky of 20,000 BC perfectly. A cosmic wheel, a chronological record of cataclysms, global floods, meteor strikes, rapid climate shifts.